everyone, it's Anne here from Positively Papercraft, and I thought today I would come on and do a kind of mixed media video. I'm trying to get recorded in advance. I'm really trying because I don't always have time and I don't want to keep, leaving the channel without videos for like weeks at a time. So I'm planning on this week to get as many recorded as I can, and hopefully, that'll all work. So I thought today we could do mixed media, but I've only really got into it the last few weeks, I suppose the last month, and I'm not an expert on it. But I think a lot of people are scared because they're afraid of it really, the layers and what is mixed media. Well, it's just lots of different mediums put together in one project. That's all it is really. So I thought I wanted to make like a DL card. So I've got a DL card base. I've cut this kind of like watercolory card to go on the top. So we're going to be working on this. I've got loads of stuff. I've got gesso, expand paste. I've got ephemera bits. I've got some dies. I thought I've just cut some little die cuts out. You just use whatever you've got. I've got a stencil. I've found these little pearl things I had. I've got a couple of stamps there. Now these art stones from Prima, now they are really expensive for what they are. I wouldn't buy them again, not for the price they are. Now I thought these little polystyrene balls, I've used them to make like flower centers. I mean, some of them are way too big, but you can get these in large, but they're always out of stock. And I just thought, oh, I'm going to use these little polystyrene balls. Whether or not they're too big, but you can get smaller, so I would use them. They are so much cheaper. They're like a couple of £1 on eBay. So what I'm going to do is first off, what I should have done, and I forgot, but I'll do it quickly now when I'll come back. I've just got some white gesso and I'm just going to put like a gesso layer on this card. It's literally just a paintbrush, and I'm just going to give it a really thin coat of gesso, and then I will dry it off with my heat tool. So I will do that and I'll be straight back. Alright, that's dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this brick stencil and I'm just going to randomly put some paste on. I'm just going to use some of the Sizzix dimensional paste. Right, hope you can see. Yeah, you can definitely see that. So that's what we've got now. I'll have to quickly wash the stencil out and I'll be straight back. Alright, so that is done and dry. Now before I go any further, I'm going to take this distressing tool. Again, this is from Sizzix. I just want to quickly rough up these edges just a little bit. All right, that will do there. So now what I've got is I got these for my birthday. These are Lindy's Magical Autumn Leaves. I think you can use it with water and all sorts of stuff, and it's actually pretty amazing when I tried it. So if I get one out, this is Magical Tibetan Poppy Teal. And then look what happens when you dab a little bit in and you add water. So you literally only need a tiny little bit. Just a tiny bit, and it's just like a powder. But then when you add water, it's pretty amazing. So let me just tip a little bit of this in. Just kinds of, it turns into this like just beautiful. Can you see that? That is absolutely gorgeous. This, like the shimmer on that, it's just so pretty. So absolutely love that. And it's quite pigmented as well. There's a fly in here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of just dab some on here, and I want it to like start to run down. Just to create some like colour in the middle. Yeah, just something like that, just so it's like picking up on these, on this brick stencil here. That is just so pretty. Absolutely love that. And I just need to quickly dry this off. Alright, so what I did was I dried that Lindy's thing off, and then I just took some of Sizzix Creamy Acrylic in black. I just popped a bit in there, and I just got a little brush and I just created my own little black splatters there. Now I've took this like textured stamp, and I've got some VersaFine ink, and I'm just gonna, I don't even want all of it on actually, just a little bit on there, and I just want to kind of, I don't know, just give it a little bit more texture. Do you see just how that's added that more interest there, and a bit there? And I didn't even re-stamp that, I just put that on from there, and you could put a bit down there. So that's just added more of an interest to the card there. So that's where we're at now, because I want to try and go through it step by step. Like I don't want to miss any bits, so you think, well, oh, how did she do that, or how do I do that, you know? So we're going to go through it together. Now, I'm terrible me, I hate mess. I mean, I love, as I said, I'm really getting into mixed media, but it's so messy and it really annoys me because I've got it's just the way I am, I can't help it. So that's looking pretty amazing. Now this is a bit where I struggle too. I want to kind of build up in layers, and I think this is where a lot of people struggle. So I've took some die cuts here, because what you want is we want like a focal point here. Now I'm not even sure what my focal point's going to be, because as I said, I'm just going to do this off the top of my head. So this is my little chipboard box. Now I make most of my chipboard myself. I just glue a few layers together, and I just use like cereal boxes and stuff. You don't really need to buy it, if I'm honest. So, well, a few of them are bought, but now that would be just way too big, I think. Oh, actually, I don't know. I just want to create like a kind of like a focal point. So I'm liking this actually. I'm just going to have a little sort and see what I've got, because I made a lot of these last night just from dies. Just cut them yourself from dies. You know, no, I think I'm definitely liking this on here. Yeah, I'm going to go with this. So that's going to be like my focal point, which you really need to kind of, I'm just going to offset it a little bit. You need to place everything down first before, you know, you start sticking it down, because you don't want to stick it and then you're not happy with it. So I cut like just little, I don't know, leaves and things, whatever they are, because what we want to do is we want to like create texture, and we want to create layers. So, and as I said, I am no expert at all at this, so you've just got to really have a play around. Now in terms of texture, because I've also got these flowers as well that I bought like last year and I've never used them, so I'm thinking these might actually work on here. So we've got these like really pretty little flowers as well. Can you see kind of where I'm going with it? I want to like create layers. Now these, I think they're a bit too white, so what I might do is just get a little bit of that blue wash thing, and I might just give them a bit of a wash. Now I'm not even bothered if it covers them all, even just a little bit, and then again I can just try them back on there, and I can have some white, like I could have that one there but then put that one over the top. I don't know, it's just whatever I feel like's gonna fit right, but I'm still very much a learner with this. So, you know, you just got to kind of keep placing things where you think. And I mean, you can use all sorts of stuff for texture. So we've got the flowers, and then, whoops, like these little pearls here. I bought these like ages ago, last year I think, and I've never used them. So what I might do is I might just snip some of these off, and again you can just pop these just wherever you want them. You could have a few bits peeping out of here, a few bits peeping out, whatever you want to do. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start placing stuff down, thinking where I want it, and then I'll probably speed it up, not too much, because I want you to still be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm going to start placing stuff around, and obviously when I'm sticking it all together I'll come back and show you what we're going to do. I just wanted to say as well that you can use vellum too. I bought this vellum from Amazon, and it was originally to like heat emboss. Didn't realise you can't heat emboss it, it just kind of warps it, but this must be the thickest vellum I've ever known. I think it's 300 GSM or 350, something like that, but you can stamp on it and die cut it, but you can't heat emboss it. So I've just been die cutting, you know, little things with it, so I'm happy to put a link for that. But I got this little die cutting machine sent very kindly actually by a seller from AliExpress. They sent me it free last year, and it's a really good little machine. I think you can buy them on there. You might be able to get them in different colours, but wow, it's actually a really powerful little machine. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just, as I said, I'm just die cutting some of these little leaves from this vellum here, and I thought we can hopefully use them Okay, so I think I'm gonna go for something like this. I've took a picture of it actually, so I know what I've got to resemble again. So I'm gonna start taking these off, and then, I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly how I had it. well, but I'm going to do a few more of these videos, so I'll do that, the next one with the nice fancy box as well. You could decorate it the same if you wanted to, or just have it plain. It's up to you. There we go. I think that is absolutely beautiful, and I hope, you know, like, you don't think it's as hard as it is, or that you can't do it. If, you know, I've just done it in stages and just used all of these bits from what I already have. So, you know, when they were all die cuts and flowers, you could make your own of them anyway. So give you a better look. Okay, so hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Take care and bye for now.